Hey there, and welcome to Next Gen Parenting. If you're on the hunt for practical parenting tips and real child psychology insights, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're diving into an explainer on the evidence-based habits that genuinely equip our kids to handle life's inevitable obstacles. We're going to discover exactly what it takes to help children become emotionally resilient, confident, and mentally strong.
Let's kick things off with a tough truth. Life isn't always going to be easy for our children. They're going to face disappointments, failures, criticism, you name it. And as parents, it is completely natural to feel this deep, deep empathy when our kids struggle. I mean, our protective instincts kick in instantly, right? We just instinctively want to shield them from any pain or disappointment. But the reality is, we simply can't remove every single obstacle from their path. And honestly, if we look at the psychological research, it tells us we really shouldn't even try.
And this brilliant illustration shows the exact paradigm shift we need to make. Instead of constantly running ahead and clearing the path, picking up all the heavy rocks so they can just walk freely, our real goal is to give them the mental resilience to push those heavy boulders up the mountain themselves. We want to give them the strength to face challenges with absolute confidence.
So, moving right into Section 1, defining emotional strength. Let's establish exactly what we mean when we talk about emotional resilience, because it gets misunderstood all the time.
Listen, being emotionally strong absolutely does not mean never crying. It certainly doesn't mean hiding your feelings or acting tough all the time. Instead, emotionally strong children deeply understand their emotions. They know how to handle setbacks, learn from their mistakes, adapt to new challenges, and, crucially, recover from disappointments. You see, emotional strength isn't some built-in personality trait. It's a highly developable skill. It's literally like a muscle that gets stronger the more you put it to use.
All right, on to Section 2. The value of failure. Now we're going to tackle our first major strategy, which goes right up against a very pervasive modern parenting myth. And that myth is the idea that our children must always be happy and live a totally barrier-free life. So many of us try to protect our kids from every little disappointment, but small failures, think losing a board game, forgetting homework, or maybe not winning a sports competition, those are what actually build resilience. So the absolute best question you can ask is, what can you learn from this? Next time your child faces a minor failure, just pause. Take a breath. Instead of rushing in to fix the problem or calling the teacher to intervene, ask this vital question. It shifts them from a mindset where failure is debilitating and means they aren't smart to an enhancing mindset where mistakes are just data points that give them a chance to learn and grow.
Which brings us to Section 3, developing emotional intelligence. Let's explore how giving kids the right vocabulary and mindset completely changes how they manage adversity. It turns out, a tiny linguistic shift creates massive neurological benefits. A lot of times children act out simply because they can't pinpoint what they're feeling. Are they sad, frustrated, nervous, disappointed? They literally just lack the vocabulary. So replacing a dismissive phrase like "stop crying" with a validating one like "it seems you're feeling disappointed, let's talk about it," builds vital self-awareness. When you validate a feeling, you're actually connecting with the child's right brain using empathy. That calms them down enough so their logical left brain can finally come online and process what just happened. And this practice naturally bleeds into how they view achievement overall. Emotionally strong kids understand that success comes from real effort and learning. So instead of saying, "you're so smart," which praises a fixed trait and can actually make them terrified of failing, try saying, "you worked really hard on that." Praising the effort rather than the end result fosters a growth mindset. It ties their success to perseverance, not some unchangeable magical trait.
Moving right along to Section 4, encouraging independence. Because to genuinely build their confidence, we have got to stop rescuing them from every single difficult situation.
Let's walk through this simple 3-step process. Look, it's incredibly natural to want to swoop in and help when our kids are struggling, but over-helping actually reduces their confidence. So next time they face a problem, first, pause and breathe. Keep your own anxiety in check. Second, acknowledge the struggle. Let them know you see that it's tough. And third, ask them, what do you think would be a good solution? Bouncing the problem back to them so they can think it through sends literally the most powerful message you can give a child. You are capable. Future resilience only develops when children learn firsthand, hey, I can handle challenges.
All right, Section 5, modeling resilient behaviors. Let's shift our focus slightly here, because building an emotionally strong child requires us to first be emotionally strong, calm role models ourselves. Notice how interconnected all these practical strategies are? Teaching problem solving, encouraging healthy risk-taking, and labeling emotions, they all revolve around building a strong emotional connection. And here's the kicker.
Children learn emotional regulation primarily by watching us. If we react to every spilled glass of milk or delayed flight with anger or panic, our kids are going to do the exact same thing. But if we demonstrate healthy coping skills, like taking deep breaths, staying calm, and talking through our problem-solving process out loud, we give them a living, breathing blueprint for resilience. Remember, your behavior teaches way more than your words ever could.
And we definitely don't have to wait for a full-blown crisis to build these skills. We can weave them right into daily life. Look at how combining basic daily independence, like having them pack their own school bag or make simple, age-appropriate decisions, with gratitude works wonders. Just asking a question like, "What was the best part of your day?" at the dinner table fundamentally improves a child's positive thinking. It teaches them to appreciate what they have while continuing to grow, and that pays massive dividends for their long-term emotional well-being.
Okay, Section 6, Avoiding Common Mistakes. Because even with the very best intentions, it's incredibly easy to slip up. Let's highlight a few behaviors we need to actively avoid.
Quickly running through these common parenting pitfalls: protecting children from every difficulty, comparing them with their peers, dismissing their emotions, expecting absolute perfection, solving every single problem for them, and overreacting to their mistakes. If you catch yourself doing any of these, just take a step back. I really have to reiterate this. Children learn to handle challenges through lived experience, not through our overfunctioning. They actually need to experience a little discomfort so they can learn how to work through it themselves.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to emphasize our ultimate objective here. Emotionally strong children don't develop because life is a breeze. They develop because they learn they can handle life's challenges. Our goal isn't to create a barrier-free life for our kids. It's to instill this exact core belief into their minds. No matter what happens, I can figure this out. That right there, that is what true resilient confidence looks like.
The world absolutely needs emotionally strong children. Kids who can face adversity, bounce back from setbacks, and remain kind, confident, and resilient. And that journey starts right at home, with the choices we make today. Small parenting choices today really do create a lifetime of emotional strength tomorrow. So, I want to turn it over to you. Which strategy do you think is the most important for raising emotionally strong children? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this explainer helpful for your parenting journey, please don't forget to like and subscribe to join the Next Gen Parenting family. But before you go, ask yourself this one final provocative question. What is one small obstacle you can step back and let your child tackle completely on their own tomorrow?